Right, I want to show you how to do this reviewing of names. It's a new program by Family Search, and it is wonderful. It's much easier, much faster. I think there will be a lot of people that want to serve but have been afraid of handwriting and typing things wrong. Anyways, this is a wonderful program. So this video will show you how this program works. This new reviewing process allows you to choose a location and a name. I wanted to do Nevada and Schwartz, but there was no records for Nevada at this time. I chose Pennsylvania and Kephart, but there were no Kepharts that were available. But there were records in Pennsylvania, so I just chose to do Pennsylvania records. This review process is very simple and can be done in a short time. You don't have to try and read through whole documents. Just read the names that come up on the screen and choose if it's a match, if you need to edit it, or if you're unsure. So let's get started. As you review names, you will come across different situations. This image shows a problem. No actual name is highlighted. In this case, you will hit the Transcription Error button. A report will come up. In this case, you would click on Not a Name. The following slides will give you tips to help this reviewing go more smoothly. When in doubt, skip it. If you can't read a name, don't worry about skipping it. Hit the Unsure button. Do your best. Type in the name the best that you can. In this case, I would change this to Grinnin. Find similar characters. Compare the letter shapes from words that you know to identify those that are harder to recognize. In this case, we see notary, so we can see that that looks more like an N than an H. And this was hunt, so that's what an H looked like. These both were images from that same page. Type all names. With compound names, type all the names that are highlighted. So in this case, first of all, you have to change the OF. You would type in Gilbert J. Hunt. No need to hyphenate. If you're reviewing a name that breaks across lines, you don't need to hyphenate. So in this, it says the trustee is Conrad Hightower. You would type in Conrad Hightower with no hyphen. Abbreviated names. Type the full name, even if it is abbreviated. Some names like Charles or William are sometimes abbreviated as CHAS or WM. You'll see many things abbreviated, but I have found that they usually have it spelled out. So you leave it as the name, the full name, all spelled out. Here's a list of some of the abbreviated names you just might find. I will have this list on my website, Find Family Records, if you want to download it. Here's some examples of some of the names that I have found while indexing that are abbreviated. Okay, here is a video showing you how to actually do this. So if you're in Family Search, after you've logged in, you go to Get Involved and My Opportunities. And this is a great opportunity. You're going to do Review Names, so Get Started. And then you choose. Right now we have English and Spanish that are available, but they will be putting other languages, other countries on there with other languages. And you have to pick a state. So I am going to pick Virginia. I'm going to skip the optional name, but if you have a name that you want to see if they have records with those names on it, you can type in that last name. So let's find out what we have today. Okay, I have one of 20 names, and it says Cora A. Caesar. So that is the full name. I'm just going to say that is a match. Now it says Cora A, that is a match. Caesar, that is a match. AEJOHANN, that is a match. There's Cora A. Caesar again, and that is a match. Caesar is a match. And sometimes you have to move the screen a little bit. You can't really move that box. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's AJ tuning. There is an N there, so I am going to say that that is a match. This has been the best batch I've done so far. AJ, that is a match. Tuning. Okay, and we have Edward S. That matches. Rose, that's a match. Edward S. Rose, and I know that was Edward, I saw it before. I think it works better on larger screens. AJ Tuning, that's a match. Now notice up here it tells me I have 16 of 20, so I have 4 more. Now here's one of those that is abbreviated, EDW, but they have it spelled out. You leave it spelled out. AJ Tuning, and that one is correct. I'm kind of waiting for, there we go. We have to wait for that to go away, I think. And Edward S. again, we're going to leave it, not put in the abbreviation. Rose, that's a match. And now it says, it tells me I can choose, and I'm just going to choose 20 more names and say continue. Now notice that you can share what you're doing with somebody else to get some help. Now before we go on, I am going to show you a few other things. Up here, if you click here, you can change the brightness. Maybe it makes it easier if you do that, or make it lighter, or the contrast. And then you can invert the image. And so those are things you can do. If your image happens to be sideways, you can rotate it right or rotate it left. To get rid of this, you click here. And then if you have a question like this and you want to send it to somebody, you can send it up here to share it with somebody else to get their opinion. Now they also have handwriting examples here, so you can use that if you have a question on something like this one. I believe that's a C, but you could look up here and see if you could find something similar to that. Now they have SOL, that is for Solomon. So I'm going to spell out Solomon. And then since I made a change on here, now I could have clicked edit and it would have allowed me, but you could just go up there and then change it. So I'm going to submit that, and I'm going to wait till that goes away. And now I don't have a box. Don't know where it is. J. Booton Hill. There it is, clear over there. I had to move it. J. Boone. Now that looks like a T. There's a cross in there. And so I am going to just hit over here and backspace and put a T in. And I've got to move it over so I can hit the submit. There we go. And I will change that to Solomon. And I will submit. And then that is Cutchins. I think that is correct, so I'm going to say correct or match. And there's my thing clear over here, J. Booton. I will say that's a match. There's Hill. A.E. Johann. That's probably what it is. Oh, now, here we have a problem. A.E. Johann office. We don't want this in there, so we're going to delete this and submit it, because that doesn't belong there. Now we could put transcription error there, and I'm not sure exactly which is correct. If we did that, we could say not a name, other. It is readable, so you would click that off, and then you could just type in what the issue was. But I'm going to cancel that, and I'm just going to take office off and say submit. Cora A. Caesar, match. That's correct. Now office, here we go, transcript. So this one, I can take that off, but I can say not a name. Submit. Okay. Benjamin, now they've spelled it out. H. Berry. And I'm going to say that's a match. Benjamin H. Again, they've spelled it out, so I don't have to change it. Berry. Tuning. Now, if I hadn't seen the other ones before, I might think that was chewing, 2 W's, but I'm pretty sure tuning is correct. And Rose, CV, okay, that's Ligow, or N. Now here's Richmond, so here's where you can look down and see how they have that. I know it says Richmond. See how he did his N? Here's Bearing, so that is an N. They were correct on that. Tuning. And that's really all there is to this. Now I don't know if it will let me off of here. Let me do another 20 so I can show you something. Continue. I want to show you up here, if you have a question, you can go up here and go into the community and ask. And right now, since this is new, you're probably not going to get too many questions, but you can ask a question and somebody can answer it. And so that's how you can get help while you're working on something that you're not sure what to do. Okay, I want to show you something on the app. It's Leroy Naking is what they have, but I can't really read it because I've got that there. If I click, that puts that down, and I can move this or make it smaller. And it says Leroy and King. So then I put this back up, and that comes back up, and now I can edit this. And I don't know why it all went away, but and then N King. And I pull that up and I say match. All right, and then it's a little harder because when you try to move things around, it moves that down. And so register of wills and something certificate. So on here I don't see, let's see if, there we go, if there's the flag, and I would say not a person on that one. Okay, and then I'm not sure how it, I'm new to the app. I guess everybody's kind of new, but not a person. Okay, there we go. I had to do it twice. Or maybe I didn't hit it just right. Cornelius, that looks like it's a match. Okay, Cornelius M. More, M-O-R-E. I think that's close enough. I think it might be more. Cornelius Moore, so we're going to do a match. Henry Van Beel. They have beat. B-E-A. This one's kind of a hard one to do. So on this one, I think I'm going to say unsure. Brandy, that one looks pretty good. So I will say that one's a match. That says Harry, I think it's Henry. So I'm just going to backspace and say Henry. And then match. And now they've got, that's one I'm not sure on. So I'm going to say unsure. That one looks like Brandy. So I'm going to do that match. And that's my 20 names. I had done a few before, but I just wanted to show you how it works on the app on your phone. Indexing or review names. Give it a try.